Hi everybody, welcome to True Hot Yoga. I'm Anna and this is Santana, and we're here to give you another 60 minutes of some Sculpt, so we're happy to be here. If you haven't checked our latest posts on the True Hot Yoga page, check it out. We've partnered with Manduka, so look at the Manduka website. They have yoga mats, yoga clothes, all sorts of really cool props and whatnot. Anything you buy from them using the code TRUEHOT, all one word, 25% of those proceeds will go to us. So check it out, buy something if you're interested, if you need any props. Besides that, I might use weights in class today. I grabbed a 1 pound for myself. If you have weights, great, go grab a set or two, just really light weights. If not, you can use like soup cans or anything else like books, and it depends if we have time. I might get to it, I might not, so don't stress if you don't have anything. It's not a big deal. Besides that, let's just go ahead and get started. So we'll start in a child's pose for class today. So come to all fours, wide knee child's pose. So let's bring our knees wide, big toes to touch. Sitting back into heels and then outstretching arms to the mat in front of us. So bringing your forehead down to the mat, resting, getting comfortable here. There are variations of child's pose. You can always put your knees on a blanket. You can put a blanket between the space of your hips and your heels if that feels comfortable. Sometimes I like to roll up a blanket or a towel and put it underneath my forehead for a little bit of support so that my nose isn't smushed. So you decide what feels best for you. Decide if you want your hands closer, wider. Just settle in. Perhaps give your forehead a little rock side to side on the mat, massaging that third eye. Will start nice and slow and easy for practice this afternoon. Just slowing down these first couple moments. I want you to relax through your belly. Slow down your breath. Close your eyes. Let your upper body feel heavy. Let your hips sink back into your heels. Just taking a couple moments to really come into the present moment, tune into your senses, tune into the fact of what you're doing right now. You're here for you for the next 60 minutes, just you, no one else. This is your time to take what you need, to skip what doesn't work, to add what you'd like. And to just be with your body, a chance to be out of your mind, which we don't often get, a chance to not think about our stressors, our worries, our lives in general, just to be here with ourselves, taking what we need with no expectations, meeting ourselves where we are this afternoon. This is Sculpt, so I work to challenge you in this class, but as always, listen to your body, modify when needed, and take breaks when you see fit. I'd like you to tent your hands in front of you and just start to walk your hands over towards the right side. And then bringing your forehead back down to the mat, just resting, sinking that left hip back towards our heels once again. Coming back to that sensation of our breath. Now feeling that left side of our body fill up as you inhale, feeling expansion through that rib cage. And as you exhale, just a slight release. 2 more big rounds of breath on this side. And as you finish with that second breath out, go ahead and retent your hands gently. Walk yourself back to center, and then we'll go over to the left side. Bringing our forehead back down to the mat, sinking right hip back towards heels. Coming back to that sensation of our breath. Inhale, feel the expansion in the right side. And exhale, feel a little bit of a release. If you'd like to build heat, consider breathing just through your nose. That Ujjayi pranayama, that breath of fire, breath of life. One more full breath on this side. And as you're finished with it, coming back through center. One more thing in this child's pose. Again, I want you to tent your hands on the mat in front of you. Kind of pick up the palms of your hands and think about plugging your shoulders into your back. So feel your backside engage. Feel your arms and your shoulders engage. And just hold here for 3 more seconds, squeezing the back of your shoulders hard. And then on an inhale, go ahead and pull up to find your first tabletop. Set yourself up so shoulders are over wrists, hips are over knees. Let's take maybe 5 rounds of breath to ourselves. So consider finding barrel rolls with your hips or cat and cows using your breath. Just waking your body up in whatever way feels good to you. There's no right or wrong. Perhaps closing your eyes for these last couple rounds of breath. Noticing sensations in your body. What feels good? What feels tight? What feels sore? Maybe you're not quite aware yet. That's okay. Eventually, I'd like you to meet me back in that tabletop and once again restack your joints if you notice that they're off. Let's start by sending our right leg long behind us to the back of the room. Just focus on this for now. We're going to level our hips, point or flex through your right foot. Make sure it's nice and engaged, and then pull that belly button towards spine. When you're ready, left arm is going to extend forward. Shoulders are squared to the mat, and I'm not collapsing into my right shoulder blade, so think about puffing up that area near your right shoulder. Long through my body, I'm just thinking about finding length, not sinking my low back down, so a pretty long spine here. Next time you breathe in, I want you to breach your limbs to the side. So my left arm to the left, my right leg to the right side of the room. Keep the height. Take one more breath in. Exhale back to center. Inhale to the side. And center. Side. Center. 3 more on your own. Last round. Meeting back in center, holding. Go ahead and just let that left hand come down to the mat. Keep your right leg long behind you. We're going to attempt to reach our right arm forward. So same arm, same leg. So when you're ready, start by tenting your right hand. Maybe lifting it off the mat, reaching it forward. Notice if that right hip starts to lift. Let's try to keep it squared for now. One more breath like this. And then we'll make it a little easier. Go ahead and open up your chest and your hips. Reach your right arm up. Open your right hip on top of your left. Maybe your gaze lifts. Feel strong. And then just step your right foot right behind you. Reach that right arm to the back of the room. Open up your chest, kind of a modified wild thing. Head falls back. One more big breath in. And out. Go ahead and come back around to a tabletop position. Sway your hips side to side. Spread your fingers nice and wide in your tabletop. Curl your toes. And I want you to hover your knees just an inch or two from your mat here. Puffing up your shoulders. Pulling belly button in towards spine. Find your breath. Let's step our feet back so we're in a high plank pose. Arms didn't change. Step your feet nice and wide to the mat so you have a strong, wide base. You can always do this on your knees, so take it if you need. Otherwise, tap right hand to left shoulder, and down. Left to right, and down. Right to left, down. Left to right, down. Once more. Good. Find stillness. Bring your feet back to a normal width. Walk back to that hovering tabletop. Breathe in. Breathe out. Drop down to your knees. Keep your hips over your knees. Let's find a puppy pose. Walk your hands forward. Melt your chest. Close your eyes. Either chin or forehead to the mat, whatever suits you. Relax your belly. Two more rounds of breath. On your next inhale, come back to tabletop. Restack. Take a moment. Maybe sway your hips. We'll go ahead and move into the other side. So long spine. Extend your left leg long behind you. Just starting there. Don't get ahead of yourself. Level off your hips. Lengthen strong through that left leg. Either find a point or a flex. When you're ready, right arm is going to reach forward. And then bring special attention to that left shoulder blade. Try not to collapse into it. Keep it nice and engaged, almost like puffed up here. Get longer through both of your limbs. Try not to let your low back sag. On your next inhale, reach to the sides. Stay for the exhale. One more breath in. Get a little more height. Exhale, center. Inhale, open. Exhale, center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two more. Staying here, setting your right hand down, keeping that left leg long behind you. When you're ready, we're going to attempt to bring our left arm forward, so go at your own pace here. I'm going to start with a tent, reaching it forward. When I'm feeling brave, that core is engaged, maybe lifting it off the mat. Try to stay squared as best as you can. Don't hold your breath. One more round. And then go ahead and start to open up, to your tabletop half moon shape. So I'm stacking shoulder over wrist, opening through my chest, keeping that left leg nice and high, maybe lifting gaze up towards the ceiling. One more breath here, open. And then set your left foot behind you. Reach that left arm up and over. Head falls back. See that back wall behind you. Open through your chest. Final breath. Coming back around to tabletop. Nice work, everybody. One more time, swaying your hips side to side. We'll find that hover tabletop one more time so your joints are stacked. Our toes are curled. Our knees are hovering. We're taking 3 breaths in. Big out. In. Big out. One more in. Downward facing dog. This time hips go high and back. We're activating through our hands. I'm going to pedal my feet, sway my hips. Activate through my core, melt through my chest. Find ease in this downward facing dog. Get yourself longer, shorter, wider, whatever you need to make this feel relatively comfortable. Knees can be bent. Head is heavy. Maybe shake it yes and no. Slow down your breath. One more round in stillness. In, out. Inhale, lift heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And lower. One more, lift them really high. Bend your knees, look towards your hands, and either step or jump yourself to your hands. Let's take 10 seconds in our Uttanasana forward fold. Knees are bent. I'm releasing through my low back, letting my head be heavy. One more breath here. If you have a grip, release it. The next time you inhale, lengthen spine, halfway lift, belly engages. Forward fold, let it go. Same thing, inhale, halfway lift, we're long. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and start to rise up. Eventually, shoulders roll back, arms are going to reach into the air, gaze lifts as well. And hands come to heart center, exhale. Take a moment, close your eyes in your mountain pose. Bring an intention to mind. What are you here for? You, yourself? Do you want to dedicate this practice to yourself, to health, to strength, to find compassion? What is it you need? Exhale your stale air. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, heart center. One more time, big breath in. Bend your knees and forward fold, breath out. Halfway lift, lengthen. Plant your hands on the mat. Let's step back to high plank. Now we want to make sure shoulders are over wrists, hips are about in line with shoulders. If you notice you're sinking, collapsing into shoulders, whatever it might be, come down to your knees. Otherwise, we're all going to shift forward onto our tippy toes with elbows kissing rib cage. Slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Uncurl your toes, feet are pressing down. Inhale, baby cobra, squeeze backside. Exhale and lower. Again, cobra, squeeze your glutes. And exhale, let it go. One more time. Cobra, knees are lifted, toes are down. See if you can hover your hands. Come up one more inch for 3, 2, 1, and release. Hands under shoulders, elbows tight, toes curl, core engages. Let's press to plank. With an exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees. Exhale, step or jump forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain rise. And forward fold back down. Halfway lift. Plant your hands. Let's step back to high plank pose. Shift forward, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. One more time, inhale, lift. Bend knees, exhale, travel. Lengthen and fold. Rise and melt forward. Lengthen. Plant hands, either step to plank or jump to chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. And then downward facing dog. 2 breaths in, out, in, and out. Send your right leg high in the air. 3-legged dog, hips are leveled. My leg is strong, my toe is pointed, or you can have flexed. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to right elbow, hold. Bring it across to left elbow. Extend your leg to the left. Extend your left arm into the air. Fallen star side plank variation. Our feet are down, as you can see. If you want more, hover that foot. 1 more breath in and out. Transitioning to a left hand side plank. Left hand comes down. Right arm lifts into the air. Right leg might lift as well. 2 breaths in, out, in, out. High plank, hover your right foot. You've got it. Step that right foot forward. Find a nice long lunge. My left leg is straight. Right knee over ankle. Long through my spine. Left hand grounds. Right arm lifts. Twist your lunge, Gaze can go up. Breathe. We're going to use that core and leg strength to lift us up to standing. So nice and slowly rise. So shoulders are over hips in alignment. Big twist through torso, through belly button area. Reaching up through that crown of head. Popping that back heel. 1 more breath. Sink a little deeper. Let's come to center. High crescent lunge. Feel strong here. If you're wobbly, you're going to find yourself a little bit wider so that you're less wobbly. Make sure you're not hinging forward quite yet. Strengthen that back left leg. Sink into your front knee. Breathe. Relax your face. Relax your third eye. We're going to start to add a little bit of a hinge forward. I want you to use that strength to step your left foot up to meet your right. Chair. Hover left foot. Step it back to that hinged lunge. Step it back up to chair. Maybe see if you can keep that heel popped. Step it back to lunge. 2 more times. Chair, low, long lunge. Last time, step up to chair, hold. Go ahead and rise up so that you're a little bit more upright. Sink into that chair. Hover your left foot. Find your drishti, find your gaze. Pulse your right leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair pose. Relax your shoulders. If this is too much, hands to heart center. Slow down your heart rate. Relax. Left leg is base. Pop that right heel. Hover it. Pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. We're gonna step to that lunge. You're welcome to extend your arms or not. Stay hinged. Come back up to chair. Good, right foot steps back to lunge. Steps back up to chair. 2 more. Lunge. And chair. Last one, lunge and stay. Pop that heel. Rise up, high crescent lunge. Stack shoulders over hips. Relax your shoulders down your back. Relax your face. Find your depth in front knee. Pop that back heel high. Engage through your belly. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. In. And out. We're gonna work to add that twist we did on the other side. So right arm forward, left arm back, twist right from that torso area, opening shoulders, twisting through belly button. Maybe gaze to left hand, stay tall, breathe. Sink, pop that heel. Final breath. We're keeping the twist. We're hinging forward. Twisted lunge. Left hand down, lunge. Nice work, everybody. Plant down into your hands. Step back to high plank. We're gonna hover left foot. Right hand is base. Open up to side plank. Option to lift that left leg. Right hand is base. Open up, breathe. One more breath. Fallen star, left hand down. Right arm opens, left leg shoots to the right. Option for right foot to be down. Left foot to be down or up. Breathe. Let's come back to plank. Bring that knee to left elbow. Bring it to right. Send it back, 3-legged dog. Breathe. And downward facing dog. Pedal your feet, shake it off. Let's look to our hands. We'll walk our way to the tops of our mat. Forward fold. Relax your arms. Maybe grab opposite elbows for ragdoll. We'll find a little IT band stretch. Let's bend our right knee really big. Left leg is rather straight. Right hand stays. Left arm lifts into the air. Gaze can lift. Roll out that wrist. And then come back to center, we'll switch. So left knee bends. Right leg is rather straight. Right arm lifts. Maybe roll wrist. And as you're ready, come back to center. Good. Let's bring our feet all the way to touch. Hands down to the mat in front of you. Go ahead and pop your heels high. Good. And we'll bend our knees and we'll squat down all the way to sit onto our heels. Now, I want you to point your knees down so that we're sitting upright. So shoulders over, hips engage through your core. I like to look maybe 3 feet or so in front of me. Steady yourself. Pull your inner thighs together. We're going to add a little bit to this. I just want you to let your right hand come behind you. Reach that left arm into the air. Kind of open up through your chest. I'm arching my back, maybe even letting head fall back. Now we're going to try to go back to the center. So this is the hard part. Nice and slow. Go back to where you just were. Breathe. Let's do the other side. So left hand back, right arm into the air. Lift through your chest, let your head fall back, and breathe. And then slowly go ahead and come back to center. Good. So an option, this next thing, to use weights. So if you'd like some, go ahead and grab them now. Maybe 2 pound if you have an option. And we're going to work to stand up. So just slowly stand yourself all the way up. Take a moment to pedal it off. Maybe shake your legs out, because we're going to come back onto our toes. So go ahead and again bring your feet all the way to touch. Slight opening between your heels. Find your drishti. Let's pop our heels. And then sink into your knees. So kind of like a drinking bird variation if you're used to that. Inner thighs are squeezing together. Core is turned on. We're just going to add a little upper body. So one weight in each hand. Arms down your sides, palms face up. Lift them a little bit higher. See about squeezing them together. And then little ups. So we're getting into those triceps. Just little ups. Core is engaged. Breathe. Pop those heels. Steady yourself. Little bit higher. You've got it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Go ahead and hold. Lift your weights 1 more inch, bring them a little bit closer. Squeeze that tricep for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. Set your weights to the side. Shake your legs. Let's take 3 rounds of breath. Inhale, reach. And heart center. Breathe in. Heart center. One more time. Breathe in. Forward fold. Hands to the mat. Pop your heels 1 more time. Bend your knees. Squat into your heels. We can stay a little bit more forward. We're going to add a twist. So I want you to walk your hands to the left. So hands are about shoulder width apart here. Maybe a foot in front of my feet or so. I'm going to spread my fingers nice and wide. We're going to work into a side crow. So what I want you to do is lift your booty a couple inches. Bend that left elbow and tuck your hips. Try to bring your hips to your left tricep. Bring your knees to your right tricep. Shift your body weight forward and see if you can lift your feet off of the mat. Almost kissing the mat in front of you. Just attempt, right? It's okay if you don't have it right now. Breathe. Try as many times as you'd like. You're welcome to try after this video. It could be beneficial if you stand on something or bring your hands to blocks. If you have 2 blocks, 1 hand on each block, that can sometimes be beneficial. Let's try the other side. I'm going to turn so that you can see me. Maybe this way. So hands walk to the right. Okay? So find a big twist. We've been working on them, right? We just did a bunch of them. Hands are the base of this. They're really important. Spread your fingers wide. Not too far in front of you. Think about your triceps as shelves. You're going to lift your booty a couple inches. I'm going to bring my right hip to my right tricep, my knees to my left tricep. Now look at the mat. Shift your face forward. Use your core to lift your toes. And then breathe right here. Stay as long as you can. Try multiple times. It's also harder if you're sweatier. If you're like, yeah, I know, I feel that. Wipe off your triceps, wipe off your legs, whatever you need. Continue trying, it's fun. Let's go ahead and find a Malasana when you're finished, no rush. Malasana, low yogi squat, so feet are wide enough so that heels are grounded. As you can see, I have a pretty long spine. Let's stretch our wrists. So a little bit of a stretch, whatever feels good for you, you can do that way. Just breathe, slow down. Maybe find some circles in your wrists. Shake them off. Good. And then we'll go ahead and bring our hands to the mat in front of us. I want you to hunch now. Try to hunch round that spine. Feel a little bit of a stretch in your shoulders. One more breath here. Good. Go ahead and walk your hands back in towards you. We'll bring our hands back to heart center. We'll do just a little bit more strengthening in this Malasana, so I want you to engage your core and lift your hips about in line with your heels and hold right here. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly lower your hips back down, relax into it. Good, we'll do it again, we'll just add a little bit more to it. So lift your hips in line with your heels, and then your hips in line with your knees, and then pop your heels. Good, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Sink your heels, sink your booty. So we're both shaking. I want you to see if you can get shaky this last round. If you're not yet shaky, pop your heels a little higher. Yay. So one more tiny little addition. So lift your booty, lift your heels, and then if you want, extend your arms forward like you're trying to grab something. 2 breaths in, out. In and out. Go ahead and sink. Whew. All right. 2 more rounds of breath and we'll move on. This next thing, again, I'll offer a little bit of weights. We'll do a little bit of upper body. So I'm going to grab 1-pounders, maybe 1 or 2-pounders. Go ahead and just stand up from wherever you are. I'm going to turn towards you. It's okay if you're not totally on your mat. We're going to bring our feet nice and wide for a goddess pose. So heels in, toes out. Go ahead and squat into your goddess pose. So knees over, ankles about. Work to sink nice and low. Think about pressing knees back. As far as spine goes, or upper body, I suppose, try not to hinge forward like I'm doing right here. See if you can keep shoulders over hips in alignment. With arms, 1 weight in each hand, let's go ahead and extend nice and wide. So I'm not death gripping my weights. My fingers are loose. You can do that if that feels okay. Shoulders away from ears. So relax shoulders down. Get long through your arms. Little ups. Now I'm relaxing my jaw. Unfurrowing my eyebrow. Engaging my belly, right? Think about long arms. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay. Go ahead and flip those palms up, little ups. You reset when you need to. Come right back into it. Relax your shoulders down your back. Sink into that goddess. Tiny ups, about an inch or two for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Palms face down. Just get long and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend those arms forward, long out in front of you. Relax your shoulders down your back. Little circles, like you're tracing a dime with your middle finger. Relax your shoulders. Don't hinge forward. Sink and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Go ahead and flip those palms up. Breathe nice and long. Just hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your weights down. Nice. Couple shoulder rolls while we're here. We're still in those legs. Good. Hands to thighs. Sink nice and low. Press one shoulder forward. Look past the other shoulder. And we'll go to the other side. And we'll take maybe 30 more seconds. You'll go back and forth at your own pace. Nice and slow and easy. Once more each side. And as you're ready, go ahead and bring your hands to the mat. I want you to pop your heels out so feet are parallel. Find yourself in a wide-legged forward fold. Relax your head down. Let your head be heavy and bend your knees if that feels good. Let's reach back behind us. Clasping hands at our low back, let your hands fall forward. And if you need to grab a towel between your hands, go for it. Heavy head. Then go ahead and release your hands. Let's walk our hands over to our left foot just for a little bit of a stretch. And then we'll come back to center and we'll head off to the other side. Good. And then we'll come back to center. Bring your hands right down in front of your shoulders so you're long through your spine. I want you to pull that belly in towards your spine so you're engaged. When you're ready, bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees if you need to, and then extend your arms forward so you're nice and long. 2 rounds of breath. In, out, in, and out. Go ahead and rise all the way up to the top. Release your arms. Turn to the top of your mat. Step up to it. Let's rinse that with a flow. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step to your plank. Listen carefully. Inhale, shift. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog. We're gonna go back to chaturanga. High plank. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're gonna do that reverse flow one more time. Come down to your knees if you need it. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog. Chaturanga. High plank. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Drop down to your knees. Swing feet off to one side. Go ahead and come to your seats. Legs long out in front of you. Feet can scoot to the top edge of your mat. We'll find our forward fold. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward. If you have back pain, you're doing this with a big bend in your knees and a straight spine. If not, you're welcome to round through your back. You can always put a block in front of your feet for a little bit more if you have the flexibility. 3 rounds of breath. Go ahead and rise back up to your seat, nice and easy. Bend your knees. We'll get a little bit into our core. So hands can come underneath. Let's go ahead and lift our feet for our boat pose. So take a few moments to really get into it here. We're long through our spine, relaxed through shoulders. Proud chest here, so I'm not hunching down looking at myself. I'm kind of looking up towards the ceiling slightly, feeling this in my core, trying not to let my hip flexors take over. We'll add a little bit of a variation to this though. So I want you to bring your left forearm down to the mat, tilt towards it, so I'm kind of on my left hip. My right arm lifts into the air. I'm going to inhale, lengthen my legs. Exhale, tap. Inhale, long. Exhale, tap. So continue with this. Another variation is bend your knees, elbow to knees, just like this instead. Just a little bit easier. So long legs, harder. You're inhaling, open. Exhale, tap. Just like that. Keep it up. Breathe. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Once you finish with that last one, come back to boat in the center. Long spine, proud chest. Breathe, you've got this. Relax your face. Final side to go. Let's bring right forearm down, tilt towards that right hip. Inhale, long. Exhale, tap. Inhale. Exhale. Nice and slow and controlled. You also don't have to go down as low if it feels too hard. Again, that other variation of knees to elbow for just a little bit easier. Find a pace that's sustainable for you. Use that breath to your advantage. Let's do 5 more and we're done. 4, 3, 2, And one, finishing back in the center in that boat pose. This is it, you're strong. Lengthen those legs, lift your arms, lift your gaze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release legs down to the mat. Whew. Arms extend. We'll slowly lower all the way back. So long spine, tilt your face up, close your eyes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big full body stretch. Once you get there, relax your shoulders, relax your legs. Pull your knees into your chest. Press down into your low back. Feel that compression, rock side to side. As you're ready, find a legs up the wall to slow down that heart rate. Lift your legs. Maybe lift your arms as well. I'm going to do it lazy, so I want you to bend your knees. Feel that nice release in your low back. Maybe roll wrists and ankles if you'd like to. Three more rounds of breath. And then finding a quick happy baby to counter, so bend knees, reach for feet, ankles, shins, whatever. Something so that your low back is still grounded here, so you see the full length of my spine is touching the mat. I want yours to as well. Requires a little bit of core strength. Maybe sway. And then we're going to find some supine twists. So knees can come back together. Go ahead and plant your feet on the mat. Bring your arms wide. I want you to lift your hips and scoot them to the left, maybe a couple inches. And then let your knees fall to the right. And your gaze may go to the left, but shoulders are grounded. If you'd like to cross left over right, you're welcome to. Relax your belly, close your eyes. Let gravity take over. Two more rounds of breath. Use your core strength to bring your legs back to center. Uncross if they were crossed. If you'd like to give yourself a hug in between sides, go for it. And then we're going to plant our feet, arms to a T. Lift your hips and scoot them to the right a few inches. And our knees are going to fall to the left. You're welcome to cross right leg over left. Shoulders are grounded. Head might fall to the right. Eyes are closed. Belly is soft. Body is heavy. What was that intention you set? Come back to that for a second. Maybe this is the first time you've even thought about your intention. That's okay. Circle back to it now. Two more rounds of breath. Go ahead and bring our knees back to the center. Pulling them into our chest one more time. This time lifting head and shoulders off the mat. I want you to scrunch up into the smallest ball you can. Take one more breath in, hold. And then exhale, release into your final resting pose, your final Shavasana. So take up a lot of room if that feels good. Feet wide, arms wide. Maybe lie on your belly if that feels comfortable. If you'd like a butterfly for Shavasana, find that. Just close your eyes and let yourself be. Yogi, please stay as long as you'd like in your final resting pose. We would just like to thank you for coming and practicing with us. It's been an awesome time. It's really nice to be able to still connect with y'all, even just from a phone. So we really appreciate you watching these videos and still getting your workout in and your yoga in. So continue to come back to the True page and check out all the awesome yoga videos we have. Besides that, we'll see you next time. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your day.